Yo, what's going on, guys? And in today's video, I'm bringing you guys another one of the NASCAR Heat 5 career series. And in this episode, we're going to be going to Michigan Speedway for the Consumers Energy 400. There'll be 14 laps, and if you guys didn't see last episode, make sure you go watch that because I got my second win of the season. Obviously my first one was in episode 8, and then my second one was in episode 20. So yeah, that drought in the middle was terrible. I can tell you that. But here we go. Going into this race, here are the standings. I'm like me and Kyle Busch are the only ones with 2 wins. So it's just between me and him over who's got the 4th and 5th position. He's obviously got like almost like double the points as me, so it's gonna be hard to do that. I just need him, kind of go on a drought of like getting like 30s, like in like the 30 places, and obviously I gotta do my thing. But so far, like I'm safe for right now because I got 2 wins, and everyone else below me has either gotten 1 win or 0 wins. So I mean, there's like after this one. There's like 3 races. Technically, right now there's like 4 races left of the regular season. So we're kind of closing in on that. But I think I'd probably like lock myself in the playoffs, to be honest. Yeah, the only way I couldn't be in the playoffs is if Alex Bowman and all the way through Kevin Harvick all got a win, and then it was between me and these points guys. If they also got all 2 wins, which actually no, yeah, I'm locked in the playoffs right now because there's 4 races left, and um like they would all have to, so they would all have to win like another race, which they can't all do that. So I'm officially locked into the playoffs right now. I just realized that. So yeah, without further ado, I guess I'll see you guys at Michigan Speedway. Alright guys, so I did qualify 22nd, but I am going to be starting 21st because, some engine failures or some other drivers. Um, I don't know. This car didn't really feel that fast during practice. I kept on trying many laps in practice. I just couldn't get it in that 42-second mark. In the qualification, I got way better than my practice time, which usually seems to be the case, quite recently and quite frequently. But yeah, I just couldn't get that 21st position, and this is like basically the exact same track as I don't remember where it was, but the one where I kind of wrecked out recently. Kind of forgot where Kentucky. This is like the same exact track as Kentucky. Which I didn't do good at all. So yeah, we're gonna try to get the top 15 position so we can get a big payday that I can use to maybe buy some stuff for my road course car because we have a road course coming up. But yeah, I'm gonna try to bring this Ally Chevrolet back in a good position. Alright guys, so I'm actually recording this, like recording my audio right now, like a day after I actually recorded like the gameplay. And I'm sorry about my voice. I'm kind of not feeling. I'm like kind of feeling under the weather right now. Kind of got like a cold going on. That's why I haven't been. That's why I haven't posted this episode yet because I haven't had the energy to like edit or even like I barely had the energy to record this episode. But I'm gonna try to push through so I can get this video out because actually tomorrow, since I pre-ordered MLB The Show 21. I will get the game tomorrow, and you guys will see episode 1 of our new series tomorrow.
Looking outside now.
But without further ado, let's talk about the race. So we started off in 22nd, right next to Austin Dillon. As you see, we almost wreck out the 41 of Cole Custer. We kind of slid up. I didn't even mean to do that. There's a lot of things I didn't mean to do in this race, like running into the wall or running into people. It's just, it's really hard to stop on this track because, I mean, if you carry your speed throughout the whole race, then you're going to be good. But when there's other drivers around you, it's hard. But to our inside is the 47 Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and if you guys forgot, he's actually our rival, so he will intentionally push us into other cars, into the wall. As he's doing right now, he actually tries to wreck us, he tries to spin us. But I get out of that one, trying to block everyone else that came through. But Matthew Benedetto in the 21 actually slips by. And let me tell you, after I pass Stenhouse Jr. right here, and he tries to cut me off right there, he trying to wreck me again. This will definitely not be the last time that I'll be seeing him throughout the race. I mean, he's gonna come back multiple times. And you see, he's trying to push me. You might be like, oh, he's trying to help you. Well, no, he's trying to actually push me out. He's trying to do like either a bump and run or try to spin me out, send me flying. But as you guys can see, now we're lining up right next to William Byron, and we will also be seeing a lot of him. But he's not our rival; he's actually one of our friends. It's just, you know, he's been giving us a lot of competition in this race, and I think he did last race too. But there you go. We passed Kevin Harvick, which he hasn't been having a good season as well either. So hopefully he can bounce back that for the playoffs. As right now, coming out of this turn, I actually go flying up into the wall almost. I barely save it, but then William Byron gets by me, and I try to block Stenhouse Jr. and actually end up running him to the wall, which I did not actually mean to do that. But I was actually fine with it, you know, because he's my rival. Yeah, I don't like him being my rival, so I'm trying to, like, that's why I'm trying not to do, like, run into him and stuff, because I don't want any rivals, because I don't want anyone going after me on the track. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, he probably hates me even more after this race. Obviously, we'll see that at the race. But now we are passing William Byron back for that 10th spot. As earlier we passed Kevin Harvick for that 10th spot, and now Stenhouse Jr. and William Byron are actually duking out behind us. And actually, right here, he's gonna come up. He's gonna try to get past us. I actually block him, and then he keeps on trying to do a bump and run. And actually, right here, I come over here and I barely tap him. Then he gets loose. And he tries to save it, and he actually spins out in the grass. I don't think he can collect any other cars, I don't think, but that'll actually cause a caution, a first caution of the day. As now we are lined up right next to Chase Elliott. We are in 10th, he's in the 9th, and that's actually our first time we're gonna see. That's the first time that we've seen Chase Elliott's Mountain Dew scheme this season. I gotta say, it's looking pretty nice in this game. I really like that. So I didn't actually mean to run into him. I went high thinking I could block him. That's how I get into actually a lot of wrecks this season, or almost get into a lot of wrecks, if you guys have noticed. I think I'm clearer, and I think I can block up, but then I actually rear quarter panel them. So it sucks, but yeah. But as you guys can see, everyone, the four drivers in front of me is, like right now, the 4 drivers that are closest to me, that are in front of me, are actually all four Joe Gibbs cars. And what you notice about the end and even the beginning, the Joe Gibbs cars, they're really dominant. They're actually really dominant in their race. None of them will actually end up getting the win, but 3 out of the 4 of them will actually end up getting the top 5, and then one of them will actually just make it in the top 10. But yeah, so right now it's a battle between William Byron and Kurt Busch, and I actually need Kurt Busch to win, because he's one of the 2 drivers in like the actual playoff like format right now that actually doesn't have a win. And if William Byron gets a win, then he'll have 2, and he'll tie me with wins, but I think he'll have more points than me if he wins. So obviously I bumped down a spot, which it's a fine, because I already clinched the playoffs, like I said. But you know, I'd like to have a good spot when the playoffs actually start. And if you see behind me, you know, Eric Amarola is also going to be giving me a lot of trouble. He's actually my friend, but he's kind of like William Byron. Like, he gives me a lot of trouble when I try to block him. You know, me and him, Eric Amarola, have a love-hate relationship. The story of our racing is just he like helps me all the way, and then after like a part that doesn't even make any sense, he just tries to, you know, mess me up and stuff. And now here it comes, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. closing in the final 2 laps. He's trying to push me into the wall, but Matt Kenseth actually probably saved my whole entire race, as I almost spun out Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Thank you so much, Matt Kenseth, because you saw Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I mean, that's what he does since he's my rival. He tries to push me into the wall. He might have even ended my race, and if he wouldn't DNF me, I would never got my speed. I probably would have lost like 5 spots. But Matt Kenseth saw an opening and just helped me through there. And obviously, I mean, the AIs can't have rivals against each other, so Ricky Stenhouse Jr. would have had to pull off, which he did. So thank you so much to Matt Kenseth. But sorry, but he actually backs off, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is actually back on me on this final lap. He tries to make the final push, but it will not be enough, as I finish across the line at 9th, getting the top 10. And that'll actually complete my incentive contract too, so I get the top 15. So I'll see you guys at my actual reaction. All right, guys. So we didn't get first like we wanted to. I honestly didn't think we were gonna get like the top like 10, but we actually did. As you see, that we were supposed to get 8th, but then Eric Amarola, I mean, that was good driving on his part. Nothing I really could have done about it. He was just, I don't know what happened. He was just really good in that little span. So Eric Amarola really did good. So that's why he passed me for the 8th position, and I fell down to the 9th. And then, you know, in the race we got mixed up with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. a couple times. Obviously, we kind of wrecked him like twice. Once at the beginning of the race, and he came back, and then like on the final lap, like literally a couple feet away from the finish line, I wrecked him out. He wasn't gonna finish ahead of me. I just decided to do it because he was giving me trouble. Obviously he's our rival, so I mean he was gonna get wrecked either way because he was gonna try to wreck me. The whole race, if you saw the 47, what he did to me in the beginning and stuff, he's trying to like turn me, because he's my rival. So that's what I did. But actually in that 12th position, Matt Kenseth, I think it was the final lap or maybe the one before, but Ricky Stenhouse Jr., he was actually pushing me into the wall, like he was about to do it, and he was about to like pass me. But then Matt Kenseth came behind me and started pushing me up, so he kind of saved me right there. But obviously, Alex Bowman gets the win. He's one of the drivers that had one win, so now I'm probably gonna move down to 6th, and then he's gonna move up right behind Kyle Busch, where I was. Kurt Busch was about to win. He was literally about to win, but then Alex Bowman came back and won. Kurt Busch led like almost all the race, I'm pretty sure, and he really needed that. He doesn't have a win, so yeah. But Denny Hamlin is 3rd. Obviously, he gets like top 5s like every race, for like a win, Martin Truex Jr. finished 4th. Kyle Busch finishes 5th. So three of those Joe Gibbs Racing drivers are actually in the top 5. Eric Jones finishes 7th, so that's all the Joe Gibbs mostly finished in 5th, but they all in total finished in the top 10. Matty Benedetto rounded to the top 10. William Byron was giving me a lot of trouble at the beginning, like he was like running me down, but then when I wrecked Ricky Stenhouse Jr. for the first time, he kind of I don't even think he made contact with William Byron. He just slowed him down, and William Byron could never get back up. So he finishes right above his teammate of Jimmy Johnson. Let's see who finishes down here. Yeah, so about the same as where they started. Our race earnings is going to be $133,000 from the actual racetrack to finish in 9th. My merch payout, or not my merch payout, my sponsor payout is going to be $57,000. My merch payout is going to be $61,000, so it's finally more than my actual sponsor payout. In total, I get $253,000 from racing in this race. Alright, so fastest lap was Kurt Busch. He was dominating all day except at the end of the race. Most laps said was Kurt Busch. Yep. William Byron, or not William Byron, Alex Bowman led like 4 laps. On the move, Brad Keselowski started 39th, finished 14th, so while he really came back, he started 2nd to last and finished there. Tough break, David Reagan, he started 18th, finished 35th, so not that great of a day for him. And as we do every time right now, I'm just going to give you one last rundown of like where your favorite driver is, or like if you guys want to see where so-and-so finished, there you guys go. And we're going to head back to the garage. Alright guys, so we finished in 9th, obviously. Money, we got $253,000 added to our total salary. So, and plus our fans, we got 43,000 fans added, so the total around 900,000 fans, so almost 1 million fans. That'd be really cool to hit before the end of the season. And we got moderate driving. I think the only reason we got moderate driving is because obviously we wrecked Ricky Stenhouse Jr. like twice. We kind of like, I don't know, hit the front of his hood, kind of rear quarter paneled him, kind of made him spin out, and then we went to the back of the driver sometimes. I bet Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is gonna have something to say about it on social media. But in our incentive contract, we got 3 top 15s within 5 races, so that means we get a payout of $249,000. Which, if you guys been watching recently for the past 5 episodes, it was close. It was really close between whether we're gonna get that top 15 or like all 3 of them. So that's really good that we got that payout. Doesn't look like anyone's gonna talk anything on social media. So let's see what our next race is. Oh, okay. So we have to choose our incentive contract. All right. So our next race is actually gonna be at Watkins Glen. And then, so that's a road course, and we got Dover, which I'm, not really that good at. Daytona, which I did really good at on our first episode, but I didn't have a good car, so that's pretty. It's gonna be pretty cool to see how my upgraded car does now. There, and then we have Darlington. The throwback race. I'll probably have something planned for my car then. But two top 20s and four races. That's too easy. Because $66,000. Three top 15 and four races, 199 or $199,000. Four top 15s and four races. I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna go big risk, high reward. So basically, we have to finish the top 15 for like the remainder of the regular season and one playoff race. So next episode will be Watkins Glen, 6 races. I'm notoriously good at this track. I'm actually really good at this track. I really love this track. So we'll see how we do how we do there. But here's all the playoff standings. So the playoff standings, I'm now down to 6th because between Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, and me, it's all about points since we all got the same amount of wins, and they both have more points than me. Alex Bowman barely has more points than me technically. If he would have finished, if he even would have finished 1 point behind me, or like one position behind me in this race, I think I would be 5th and he'd be 6th. But he got lucky, he got the win, so that's good for him. Kurt Busch almost got the win. William Byron actually took over the spot of Eric Almirola for points behind, which doesn't make a lot of sense because Eric Almirola actually almost got in the top 5, and William Byron, he barely made the top 15 in this race, which doesn't really make a lot of sense to me how that point system works, but yeah. So need wins doesn't really matter because every need wins besides Kurt Busch, William Byron, um, is that's everyone. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to watch next video because we're gonna be racing at Watkins Glen for the Go Bowling at the Glen. It is one of my very good tracks in NASCAR video games. So stay tuned for next episode. I'll see you guys in that episode.